Pisces Rising Collective, this is your monthly reading for the month of March 2026. Let's get a card to see what's going on. The Emu, this is a good time to go on a new adventure. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, let's get some cards out for you and do your tarot reading today. You're coming out as the Seven of Swords. You've got a unique vision and plan to how to bring about Ace of Cups, your emotional fulfillment. You're ready to move differently, do differently. Magician at the base. You've empowered. You've got everything that you need. This is a good time to go on a new adventure, Pisces Rising. The way that Saturn and Neptune finally moved out of freaking Pisces after all this time, this is a great time for some new shit. I'm talking not since 2011. This is some new shit. And and then with Saturn moving out the last couple years, have fucking been a doozy. I hear you, but now's the time to do something new. So what do you have this month? Nine of Coins reversed. Okay, so you're not quite at your full point of independence. And maybe that's something that you like to build upon, your walled garden. You want to build that secret garden. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I'm like trying to build that now that I finally own my own home in my late 30s. Hey, it can happen if that's what you want, you know? It's never too late to make a dream come true. But this is looking like you're wanting a stronger sense of independence. You're a little dependent here. You still feel like you need to rely on others, rely on something outside of yourself. So Seven of Wands upright. You've got something that has allowed you to elevate yourself to get the upper hand. There's a lot of things trying to come against you though right now. And here's two big cards here. This could be things that you're cleaning up after the past cycle. I mean, it's fresh, right? So we're looking at the Tower reversed, the Devil reversed. Tower reversed, something that was not meant for us has now been destroyed. And this could have even been within the last 2 years. Or if you look over that, and I'm bringing up these cycles as a point of reference because whatever you thought of like, oh yeah, you know, ever since 2011, I haven't been able to fucking save any fucking money. And it's like, as soon as I get a little bit, here, a little bit there, then it all gets torn away. Okay, now's the time. Now's the time. The window of opportunity has opened up for Pisces Rising to start getting their bag and keeping it to the place where you can have your walled garden, protection, beauty, healing, nature, security, all of your joys in the product of in the fruit of what seeds you have sown in all of your efforts. You deserve to be paid more. I'll tell you that right now. And now's a good opportunity to, we're going to see. Okay. I don't want to get too far into that, but like this is the theme. And you've broken a cycle here with the Devil reverse. Something that was a repeated problem that just kept happening over and over again. You've been set free. You set yourself free. It's both, okay? So this is the basis of where you're coming from into March. Major change. Major fucking change with the death. So it's almost like now the canvas has been wiped clean and you're just like, what do I do now? Like, I mean, I can understand that. It's just like, okay, everything's different. I think you're intuitive enough to know not to expect the same. Yet it's like, well, is the sky really the limit? Or, should I continue moving in the same ways that I have in the past just to be on the safe side? So we're going to get more information. We'll see. What needs to change for Pisces rising in March? Hermit reversed. Hermit reversed. Come out from the cold. The seriousness. Very serious energy here. The hermit goes up to the top of the mountain to seek wisdom, but in doing so, they isolate themselves. It's time to come down off the mountain and share your knowledge and wisdom with the fucking world. God damn it, we need you. Okay? That's what needs to change. I love that. At home, Knight of Cups reversed. Keeping it real. Not anyone to share that emotional fulfillment with, though, perhaps. Hierophant. Okay, so there's a great deal of security and spiritual wisdom here at home. You got some good things going for you. You've made a commitment. Maybe you've recently purchased a house, or you've signed a new lease, or you just moved in with someone that you have an intention to marry, or XYZ, okay? But then we had the Emperor reversed. There could be an element with your home that is not emotionally fulfilling enough. It feels like things are relatively serious. It also feels that things are too structured for the taste of an emu. I'll tell you that. You know, I think there might need to be a little bit of like, let me just get out of this lease. Or I don't know. There's some kind of element here. I think we're going to get more information on this going forward. But it's like there's a commitment here, and that commitment has in turn, because you wanted to have emotional stability and realness, but now there's no one to really around to share that emotional fulfillment with. That's a weird dynamic I haven't quite come across yet. We'll see. And with the Emperor reversed at the base, there's like maybe there's an evil landlord in the mix, or maybe the person you moved in is trying to control your whole life, but they're not really doing shit. They're non-protective. Okay. What do you need to have the courage to do? What do you need to have the courage to do this month in March? Pisces rising? The Empress. Use your soft power. That's interesting. There's someone very close to you here. Like in proximity. I don't mean like y'all are besties. I mean in proximity to you. You see them every day. They live in your household. They're a neighbor. They're whoever, right? That is like the antithesis of what you need to be doing this month. The Empress. The Empress multiplies and expands through compassionate leadership. Do as I do, not as I say, because I ain't saying shit, because free will. How can I better explain that? And the Empress motivates through love. But she doesn't have to bust her ass at all. You know, she just shows her authentic self, her compassionate, caring, nurturing side. Through that nurturing, she's sowing seeds. She's tending the garden so she can reap the benefits, the flowers, you know? This is all about softening up in order to inspire devotion. The lovers. The lovers. Someone wants to make a plan with you, my dear. Someone wants to commit to you because they feel, despite your differences, you're on the same path. This is a fantastic card for new love relationships or deepening love relationships. This is also about making partnerships. This is about committing to a shared goal. Holy hell. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. Pisces, what? What's a detail that you may be in danger of missing that we need to find right now? Knight of Coins. King of Wands reversed. The World. Anymore? Yeah. King Coins, okay. The Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Okay, you're in danger of... You're getting into intuitional hits about something and you're ignoring it. Why? Because you're afraid to make a move. You're very hesitant and you're putting shit off. Oh shit. Okay, I'm a Pisces sun. Look, I get it. Okay, it's just like there's a million different reasons why something won't work, and that's what's going on here. Okay, just let's call it for what it is. What are the reasons that have kept you from putting yourself out into the world? No one would want to learn from me. No one looks up to me. I don't have any resources, therefore I can't support anyone or give to anyone. These are the two negative thought forms that have invaded your fucking brain that need to be eliminated today, tomorrow, yesterday, whenever you can. Okay? All love. And I'm not saying this is easy, but that's what's holding you back. Okay? So that's what you need to know. As whenever those thoughts come up of, well, who would want to listen to me? Who would want to follow my advice? Who would want to work with me? I don't have the amount of money that I need. Those types of thoughts need to be dismissed with love, because you're the Empress. You can inspire through your personality itself. Your personality is what brings home the bacon. You're getting intuitional hits and you're ignoring them here because you're too hyper focused on the literal. And it may have been something that you had to develop over the last 11 years because you used to be more intuitional a long time ago. So, you know, depending on your age, you may be able to remember that or not. But since Neptune moved into Pisces, things got fucking foggy as shit. You know, it was like you'd get hits, but then you'd also be delusional. You'd also be distracted and fantastical about in your thinking, to where it's like, you know, maybe you followed some of that, but it led to far different things than what you expected. And so that eroded your own self-trust and your intuition. And I get it. I've been there. Okay. But now we're in a new era of Neptune not being our problem anymore. So, and Neptune's gone. So it's time to go back to trusting your intuition and just test it out on the small things. If you get a little bit of a hit, you know, of like, okay, I have a feeling that this is going to be stupid. And then you're right. Like, oh my God, I was right. It was stupid. Like, reward that in your brain. Build those pathways to be like the reward center of when I have the intuition and then I see it follow through to what I knew intuitionally was going to happen. That feels good because I was able to see a thing before it happened, or I was able to accurately judge something without having all of the details or the data. The data was here and I trusted that and I was right. So you're building that. But what you need to have the courage to do, soft power. I want to come back to that. Why do I want to come back to that? The Empress here. Why do I want to come back to that for Pisces? And that's what's important, right? The Four of Wands. And the Nine of Cups. Okay. Nine of Cups reversed. Three of Cups reversed. Okay. There is a finish line that you were looking at. It's about your own self-actualization of being through so much and still being willing to be soft and compassionate and not to harden your heart. And celebrating how far you've come is a key to unlocking the wildest dreams in your life. Why is that? Because it makes your heart light enough to have the courage and the inspiration to get moving. This would denote work, but this does not. So there's some part of you that's saying this is going to be a lot of hard work to follow this new adventure. But the reality is, no, it isn't. With intuition, everything's made easier. With an open heart, everyone wants to help. And that's something that needs to be focused in on and honed in on in March, is just how grateful you are to have survived what you have, to come as far as you have, and to still be willing to love and let people in. That's beautiful. And it's just that last little key to unlocking the dreams, the wildest dreams that you could have. And I do feel like you've lost a lot of people along the way. People have betrayed you. So it is what it is. This was all part of, okay. I feel like that, I don't know why, as soon as I start to say this, you're going to be like, no, they're just pieces of shit. Listen, hear me now. This was to teach you how lovely and resilient you are. The people that were nasty that came into your life are not all that you should expect in life. But it was there to teach you that you can be beaten down, betrayed, XYZ, and still show up with an open heart, an open mind, and lots of love to give. What's the most important person to Pisces rising in March, and what do they need to know about them? Pisces Rising. What's your person doing? Four of Coins reversed. The Magician. Four of Swords. Okay, they're kind of at a crossroads as well. And Ace of Wands. Oh, Sun reversed. So they want to, and this could even be that Lovers connection. There's a person that is very independent and self-actualized to some degree. They have everything that they need. However, they are giving far too much and it is wearing them out. But they are still inspired to come towards you. I don't know what else to say about them. That's just kind of describable. Hey, if you meet someone that's like that, where they're a big time giver and they really they take very good care of their own business, but they give so much that they're kind of running out of energy and out of steam. But they have like there's a spark with this person in March. Some new spark with someone in March here if you're not in a relationship. I just feel, hey, I got the Lover's card. What else am I supposed to think? It may not be if you already know. This could also be a renewal of an energy or a relationship if you're already in one. But yeah, there's a spark with a person. This is how you'll know them. They're a big time giver. They have everything that they are very accomplished. I keep wanting to say they have everything that they need, but they don't because they need relationship. But I want to say the four pillars, like in Buddhism, right? They're pragmatic, they're intelligent, they're passionate, and they're compassionate. That's what I want to say. But they give too much and it's depleted their energy. That's how you'll know them. And they might be a little depressed. They might be trying to hide themselves. They may need a glow up. This is someone that, like, you're going to see the spark in them, but they're going to be a little self-conscious. Okay. So that's how you'll know them. Or that's what you'll be dealing with if you're already with a person and you know who I'm talking about. This is what's going on. They were just giving too much, way too much. Okay. And they're letting too much go as well. So if like anyone asks them for anything, they're like, here. It's like, what are you doing? Okay. Ooh, the star. The star. There's a dream. There's hope and healing here with this person too. Big time. All right, what's the secret Pisces rising doesn't yet know about that they need to know? This is slowing down. Slowing down. You're not going to know it. You're not going to get that. It's going to not come as a shock, though. That's also what I want to say. It's not going to come as a shock. And what is it? Ooh, Queen of Cups. That's you. And the Seven of Coins reversed. Something not having to wait any longer. Page of Swords reversed at the bottom. I want to say there's nothing new to learn here. But you're not going to see it coming, which means we're not going to get a secret for you. However, your intuition can tell you. So it's not going to be something you're going to get like tangible evidence for, yet your intuition will feel it. What is it? I can't tell you. But with the Seven of Coins reversed, it signifies no longer having to wait. You'll know it's time to act when it arrives in your life. And that's in March, right? The time is now. It's a good time to go on a new adventure. It could be this person. Something that's about emotional fulfillment, no matter what. If you're not interested in a person, then I would be looking towards something that will set you on a path of independence, because we're not really seeing this here. And that's what's needed, is this Empress life, the easy life, where she has absolutely everything she needs and she barely has to lift a finger to get it. Very interesting. Sorry I couldn't get anything super clear for you, but it's meant to be a surprise. Why? Because Spirit wants you to build your intuition. You will see it coming if you follow your intuition and your gut feeling, if you get a hit. And this is, how do you build your intuition? It looks different for everyone, but meditating and clearing out your energy, doing binaural beats, spending time in nature, practicing being thoughtless, like not having thoughts. I did that this morning. It's not easy, but with practice, you get better. And talking to your heart. The Emperor reversed. The Emperor reversed. This is a little bit too hard on your heart. You've been too hard on your heart. Okay. Because you've been hurt. And you're like, why did you love that person? You just run right into love, and then look what happens. No. Okay. So we need a readjustment there, and that's fair. So you're closing your eyes and you're focusing, like you're looking down through your head, down at your heart, and you're saying, you're asking the question, whatever that question might be. What does this person mean to me? What do I truly want? And then the first thought, that's it. At least in my experience. It could be different for you. That's just a little exercise. I want to give you something actionable. I always love to do that with people like a Pisces that are dealing more in these nebulous realms. Give you something actionable, because this is crazy enough as it is. Nine of Swords. I'm worried. I can't figure this out. It's giving me anxiety. Anxiety. Yeah. What about it? What are we learning about, right? What are we learning about? Something to do with anxiety. It's source. What we can do about it. Something actionable. Queen of Wands. Love thyself. Show up proud. Show up with all the confidence in the world. You don't need to earn it. You already have. If you need to look for a reason why you've already earned the confidence, look to your kind and compassionate heart and the way that people want to love you. And the way people even can cling to you if they have in the past, even that. But with the Queen of Wands, she's creative, she's passionate, she's a leader, she shows the way, she charges in. She's like, this is what I'm doing. Hey, come along, it's a fun ride. If not, no problem. I'm going ahead. Queen of Wands shows up proud and gorgeous and flips her hair and, whatever gender, doesn't matter. The way out of anxiety is stepping forward with self-love. To simply say, no matter what anyone thinks of me, I love myself, and that's all that I need. And that's all that I've ever needed is self-love. You've come a long way in that. But I think you've given, with the Six of Coins, you've been giving that love to others to build them up, which is gorgeous and beautiful. And I'm not going to tell you to stop. How much are you keeping for yourself? Do it in equal measure. All things must be fair, after all. What is the end result by the end of March for Pisces Rising? If everything is attended to in the reading as shown. Two of Wands. Ooh, we looking out, making plans. We're making big plans. The Chariot. We getting in the car. We're out of here. Fuck you. The Strength reverse. We're not waiting around anymore. The Six of Wands. Okay. Okay, honey. You about to go on a major trip. You're about to pick up everything and leave. You're about to fucking take control over your life and make it happen at the end of the month. I would look at the end of after the 20th. That's what I'm kind of getting from myself in my Pisces readings. So by that time, or a little bit, after, basically the end of the month, you've made a plan. It has a distant horizon, which is so exciting when I say that. I don't know why, but it's like, oh my God, I'm doing it. The Chariot, boom, get behind the wheel. Like, buy the plane tickets. Or even if you're not like physically going somewhere, you're taking action. You're getting out of this, like just sitting here like, what do I do? I can't even think of the word right now. Waiting around. Procrastination. You're out of that. You're taking action. You're like swiftly moving towards a goal. Strength reversed. You don't need to be patient. You're not waiting any longer. You don't need to try to control the situation of anyone else. You're simply, you've grown impatient actually. And that's a good thing here. It's actually showing that like, I'm impatient with like making excuses. I'm so sick of the way. Okay. So this is what you're saying to yourself by the end of March. I have gotten so sick of the way that I make excuses for why I can't do something, to the point where I've gotten so impatient that I'm ready to just pick up and fucking go. And that is a beautiful place to be in. And with the Six of Wands here, you're ready to lead. If no one else, then at least in your own life, as a Queen of Wands energy, as a, like, look at her. Look at her. She's riding in on a horse. People are celebrating her. They're jumping behind her. They're like, oh my God, you know, you've got what we need, and like, you're the one to lead us and everything like that. This is major victory. This is being elevated. This is being celebrated. And there's another celebration card here with the Four of Wands, and celebrating yourself and the victory that you've recently accomplished, and really throughout your entire life you've accomplished, and continuing to have the soft-heartedness and the compassionate openness, right? When you celebrate your compassionate soul, others respond in kind. What's the effect that you're going to have on others by the end of the month? How are they going to start responding to you? The Two of Coins, they're like, hey, can we work together? I think that I could help. The Five of Swords reversed. I'm not going to, do anything to hold a sword against you or bully you. That's like the negativity that you may have felt in the past is, and especially with the Seven of Wands, of like, people are trying to argue with me. I feel like I've got a lot stacked against me, and I've just now reached a higher ground where I can kind of combat it, but it's not going away. By the end of the month, through the self-love and appreciation, you're at a place where no one's holding a sword against you. In fact, they're wanting to work with you. And then the High Priestess reversed. They're not going to understand your intuitional hits. Now, that should come as no shock. But if you try to explain those to people, be prepared. They're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about. And sometimes those things are better left unsaid. But then at the base, we have the Moon reversed. No secrets. No one's playing in your face. No one's trying to betray you. This is a lot of elimination of fear as well, especially fear around association with others. Hell yeah. Okay, so what needs to be let go of for the best case scenario for Pisces rising? The Emperor reversed. The Emperor reversed keeps coming up. The Knight of Swords reversed. No help. This could even really be a person. So this would be daddy issues. Things I previously said about this card still apply, but we're talking someone who wants to control every aspect of someone else's life for their own benefit. This is a narcissist. Like, really. The Emperor, in its positive aspect, is someone who is always ready to problem solve, to take charge, and as a means to sustain and to protect, and even to initiate new goals and ideas. So in the reverse of that, it's barking orders. It's trying to tell everyone how they should live their life and what they need to do instead of leading the charge. It's the king that sits behind the throne and in the golden hall and never leaves while the poor go out to fight and die. That's the Emperor reversed. Whatever person in your life that is that type, that hasn't walked it, hasn't lived it, and yet thinks that they can tell you what you need to do, they gotta go. And if you don't currently have someone like that in your life, or you've put them more at a distance, let's say it's a dad, a father figure, and you were like, okay, I'm not really going to listen to you, I would look at the ways that you have internalized what they said in yourself. So for some people, that might look like internalized misogyny. But for other people, it may just simply be that little nagging voice in your head that's like, well, on the repeat of whatever this type of person may have said to you in your past. I can't get more specific than that, but I do think that it's clear enough for you to understand. These are the ways of, like, people who aren't you trying to tell you what to do and how to live, what you should think, what you should believe. People who've never walked in your shoes, and people who don't understand your soft power of inspiration and compassion and love. And that love is real and remains real and will always be real, especially for you. I think you understand it better than damn near anyone because you've been betrayed and you still love. That's, again, I had to go back to that because that is the most beautiful part of March for you, is that self-love from you've been betrayed and you still love. Make time to play, have fun, and be free. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. Back to the emu. You have the power to create the life that you love. Remember that. Stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. Okay, so make time to play. See, staying at your house is too damn serious, I feel, and too restrictive. And you're not able to share your emotions and your love. So, like, or at least that's what's going on at home. So even if you don't want to leave the house, like, do something fun at home. Make time to play, have fun, and be free. There's a lot of stagnant, like, fucked up energy that you had been through that needs to be kind of broken up and moved out and released. And March is the time to do that, okay? You have the power to create the life that you love. Remember that. Love yourself first. Celebrate yourself first. And the thing that is forthcoming, you'll see it when you see it with the intuition. Don't expect me or anyone else to be able to tell you what it is. I tried to get it for you and I couldn't. Hey, that's just the way it is. You got intuition too. Pull your own fucking cards, right? Like, and stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. I do feel like this has to do with the father figure. Farter. You just be farting. Like, fuck them. Someone that farts, like, who needs to listen to that person? What am I saying? Anyway, stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. You have a completely different way of being powerfully. The Empress, the Emperor, okay? These are diametrically opposed counterparts. You don't have to, like, force things. You don't have to initiate shit. You don't have to do hardly anything. You inspire others to love and action, to come in and support you and give you resources because your energy is beautiful and inspiring. You have a lot of love and compassion. Whoever this was, they didn't and they don't. They need people like you. But for whatever reason, they wanted to depersonalize their own inability, they wanted to depersonalize their own lack of love that they receive from other people as your problem. How strange. I guess it's not that weird. But if you needed to know why they were a piece of shit, that's your reason. They don't get love the way you do. They don't have people want to be friends with them. They don't have people want to be in relationships with them. They don't have people showering them with affection and wanting to do things for them. They have to force it because they're an asshole. Period. Eliminate that asshole from that little monkey voice in your head. Quiet that down with love. You're not that person and you never were. And thank God for that. So Pisces, if you like that, please check out my love and relationship reading showing up in the middle of the month. Like and subscribe. It'd really help me out a lot. And good luck to you. Enjoy yourself this month. It's going to be a good time. Take care. Bye.